Connor, the NCAA tournament is here. It is Alabama. It is Robert Morris. Excited for this one just because I love tournament basketball. If this Alabama team is as good as we think they are, this should be a pretty open and shut game, a pretty good win. But it's worth talking about RMU's great turnaround in the Horizon League. I've watched a lot of Horizon League basketball this year. Shout out Doug Gottlieb. But it's gonna be a good one. We're excited to see newly anointed first team All-American Mark Sears play some more March basketball. Connor, what are you looking for in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just getting their feet under him. We're not sure. Last I checked, we weren't sure, and this was last night. Weren't sure of the status of Grant Nelson. They won't need him for this game, but I think this game will be a good opportunity for them to really get their feet under them in in March in the tournament. Alabama's basically always a team where like they can go out early in the tournament or they can make a deep run. That's just the way they play. Obviously, last year we saw the deep run aspect of this Alabama team. But you mentioned it, going up against this Robert Morris team that was the number one defense in the Horizon League. They shot 35% from deep once Horizon League play started. Um, you look at their overall numbers, it doesn't jump off the page. They have a top 150 defense. They force a lot of turnovers on defense, which I think helps. Their big thing, irregardless of whether they actually played, whether it's Horizon League or not, they are an excellent rebounding team. They remind me, obviously not to the same degree, but and they don't play the same way, but they remind me a little bit of like that Houston, Texas A&M kind of. They don't have massive bigs. Their top two players in terms of size are 6'9", 215, 6'8", 230. But their 6'9" guy is tops uh you know top 400 offensive rebounding, top 20. He's number 15 in the country defensive rebounding percentage. And by the way, he shoots 43% from deep. He has an assist rate in the top 330 as kind of like a secondary point guard for them. And he can defend. Like, Fulgaris is a problem that, especially without Grant Nelson for this game, uh, could be one that makes some things a little bit interesting for this Alabama team. I don't think Alabama loses,
Mhm.
but I do think that if they don't get Fulgaris marked, because you can't really use Cliff Omori on him, um, it's going to be, and I don't know, I don't know if Jaron Stevenson is the type of guy that can go back and forth with him, right? So you just have to figure out, Diabate, can he do it? Probably he's probably the guy. Um, and it's just if you can shut him down, um, then they're relying Robert Morris is on Cam Woods and Cam Woods alone. And I think it's more important to shut down Fulgaris than it is to shut down Cam Woods.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one. One thing just like worth noting, the last time RMU lost a game, it was at Wright State a month and a half ago. They were out rebounded in that game. Uh, if you want to look at RMU as potentially an upset candidate, personally, I don't really see it. But if if they are going to win this basketball game and upset Bama, it's going to need to be winning the rebounding battle. I think that's going to be a really tough thing to do just because of I know you mentioned this a little bit, but of how physical Cliff Amorie is and just you know, there's a pretty big talent divide between a Horizon League team and an SEC team, especially this year. So let's get into the score prediction for this one because ultimately, it's there's only so much we can say about the talent gap between these two. Obviously, RMU's got Cam Woods as well, who's a guy who we didn't really talk about. But this is a team that is made a big turnaround from this year to last year. I think they've got an up arrow next to them. Uh, if I'm predicting the score, I still think it's going to be a Bama win. I'm looking at Bama's offense as the thing that's really going to carry them. I think they're going to look to score in the 90s. I think I'm taking Alabama 93, RMU 71.
Yeah, and this is one of those games I have long held that freshman guards are not the catalyst for winning in March. However, I
LeBaron
think this
Philon.
game, LeBaron Philon is gonna have a time. He is the best perimeter defender on this Alabama team, going up against a team in RMU that turns the ball over like hotcakes. He's going to be the primary defender on Cam Woods. I just I think and it might not even be offensively. I think he defensively is going to be one of those is going to be the player that catalyzes the offense on the other end of the floor because of his defense. So I agree with you. I think Alabama rolls. Give me Alabama. These tournament games always underperform in terms of the over under, especially in like the first game of the tournament. Give me Alabama 87, Robert Morris 65.
Okay, so ultimately, that's the exact same margin that we picked. You just picked both teams missing 6 points. Either way, I would love to see us get proven wrong. See, maybe RMU's got something in them. The Colonials, which is a name that's I don't believe very accurate because I think technically they didn't want to be colonies back in the day. But we'll see if it holds up. The nickname is right or wrong, and we will be back previewing the second round game of this Alabama RMU pod.